Hello, everyone. Welcome to join our Global Opportunity in the Age of Uncertainty sharing session. We have two leaders here with Savio Wong from Mr. Savio Wong from Hong Kong and Mr. Oliver Lim from Singapore. Say hi first. Hi, make some noise.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi, it's
And
Oliver from Singapore.
hi. And before we ask them to share their opinions on the business, I would like to tell you more about our regular meeting that we have. We start like a few weeks ago. That we plan to have twice meetings a month. Maybe the second Saturday and the fourth Saturday of each month. And previously we have leaders from Malaysia, from Vietnam, from Taiwan, and today from Singapore. And later on we'll have even partners from Macau and different market. We try to make it like one time Mandarin, one time English to reach the global market easier. So everyone, you may not be seeing this video live, but somehow later on you'll see these video clippings. And I think this trend is going on and on. So we're glad that we are lined up in certain level of the global business. And today, the first speaker of us will be Mr. Savio Wong, and his area of expertise was from IT, but why he see this business is even better future from, like, I think if I'm that, I think it's like 20 years ago. and that would be very interesting to know, because I myself follow Mr. Savio Wong for a few years, and I always see his insights about how to identify the good business from the risk point of view, because I think this is kind of related to his previous job experience, but also in this current generation, everything is risk management. So before we make big decision for like the coming 10 to 20 years, I think from his point of view, you get some insight. So now I just pass the mic to our speaker, but we welcome every kind of interaction through the chat and through even voice out or raise hand in Zoom. And but if you join us, you better turn off your mic and your screen for better resolution or connection. So now please give big hands to our first speaker, Mr. Savio Wong.
Hi. Good morning, everyone. You see me okay, right? Hi, good morning. First of all, thank you very much for everyone to come to here. This is a very special day. You know why? Because this is 29th of February. Only 4 years once. So this must be a special one. And all of you here, you are the special one. Because right now we are experiencing a lot of special things here in every part of the world, especially in Asia, and especially in Singapore, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Korea, Japan. You know why? Because for the new virus, yeah. So that's why a lot of us we are now going online. And actually, this is a kind of initiative, as Herman mentioned. We are now doing this kind of initiative because before we in Hong Kong we experienced a lot of things that a situation that we cannot access for the physical meeting, and yet at the same time, New Zealand is an opportunity that allow us to develop globally. So we see this is the right moment, right timing for us to gain access to the global world. So here today is my honor to invite our Singapore partner, Oliver Lim. Say hi.
Hello.
Yeah, he is a very special one, which I will introduce him a little bit. Last time we just chit chat. Last time we met 5 years ago, 6 years ago, we forgot. But yeah. Still, Oliver is still looks so young. I can tell you. Well, I show you his face about 3 years time, 4 years time when Wisdom launched in Singapore. But basically, his face is frozen. I mean, he's made up of plastic. So that's why it's a durable face. So this is the power of our, one of the benefit of our business. Yet at the same time, this is a very good, I like this business in a sense. This is a global one. We can make friends from every part of the world, and we can cooperate from each other from all walks of life. That's the beauty part. Okay, So here, let me introduce, share with you. You see the PowerPoint, right? Right. Okay. So this is today. Yeah. And these are some of the events that we made from partner from Malaysia speaking in Mandarin, and partners in Vietnam speaking in English. 2 weeks ago, partner from Taiwan also speaking Mandarin, and this time is me. Yeah. So let me share with you about my story a little bit, because what we are going to do today is not telling you how good the opportunity is. Rather, I would like to get everyone to get some of our consolidation or summary of our experience. Because we are old enough to tell you some of the experience that we passed through the whole industry. Basically, the one key thing for us to go ahead to do whatever is we have to know what we are looking for. So here is my story. I was trained as an IT person. You can see from the top, there is an Olivetti company. An Olivetti company. It was one of the computer giant in Europe, Italy company, but it's all gone. So since 20 some, wow, 30 years ago, I got into the IT industry. Once I thought I want to keep control on get into to the edge of the industry, and then we can reap the most from the work market, job market, or things like that. Because throughout my whole career path or thinking style, crisis and risk is the core. To me, at that time, not many people know about IT. I thought got into the edge of the industry. I mean, on the on the job industry. Okay, we will get ourselves at the edge. So I got into IT, but after a year or something in the market, I find out the technology changed too fast. The life cycle is too short. So I switched to the finance industry, changing from a technical person to a marketing person. And then I find all of this company would be was global giant in a European company, American US company, and the UK company, basically to the top. But through these years, I find out Hong Kong is a very vulnerable place. It is very vulnerable to any kind of external economic change, and even the currency crisis. Of course, right now we experience some kind of, the virus things, you see. So ultimately, I find out throughout my career path, I find out the key thing is we were just putting ourselves into different kind of gear. So from small gear to a bigger gear, no matter how great I climb up to the corporate ladder, there would be a boss behind the boss. So I find out ultimately the risk, the core of the risk is on ourselves. So that's why we, 25 years ago, I got into the business and got experience the kind of people doing direct selling, anti-aging business. To me, it's a strange thing to me. Never experienced that. But to find out, it gave me a few aspects that settle my risk. The first, I find out it's a global, it diversified to the global perspective that cover up the geographical risk. And the second thing is I find out it can collect the money from every part of the world and then consolidate into my local currency. That take off the currency risk, which I experienced the pound sterling crisis. I'm not sure how many of you experienced that. And the third thing is I find out this is the kind of business that no need to trade my time with money. So this is a kind of business for average person that can spread out all my risk concern. Okay. So today I come up with that, but before we talk about more about the New Zealand opportunity or things like that, I want to give you some kind of survey. Now you on your screen, and you touch the screen on the bottom part, you can see chat. I want you to do the survey. Actually, this is a kind of in the TED Talk, you can search that topic. Top 5 factors in success across more than 200 companies. This is originated from a serial entrepreneurs. He helped over 200 companies. Of course, some of them succeed, some of them failed. I just want to do some kind of survey. You can put the chat in the chat. You can key in which factor is the most important one for being successful. Timing, team, or idea. Some light bulb. Okay, idea, or about the funding. I mean the capital part. Anyone? You know how to tap on and then put the chat? Okay, Herman said one. Anyone else? Okay. Okay, thank you for this is not good show. This is a survey. Okay. Minelli said it's a team. That is number 2. Okay, so here is the answer. Oh, oops, too fast, huh? Oh, I didn't put up. Okay, sorry. Oh, okay, technical mistake. I tell you, number 1 is team. Sorry, number 1 is timing. Timing occupy 42% of contribute 42% of the success. Team, I can't recall exactly, but it is actually, yes, this is number 2. So this is already the ranking. Already some tips. Funding is the least important part. So a lot of people would think, oh, okay, doing business, we need to a lot of capital. So this is a kind of traditional way of thinking. So this was the first time when I experienced New Zealand opportunity. I find out, oh, okay, it's quite reverse of a kind of thinking, because they put the case like YouTube. Before YouTube is very successful. But before YouTube, about 5 years ago, when the broadband was not that ready, actually has a company doing a better team, better funder, better idea, but the broadband is not available. So now here I come to share with you why I mentioned that, because right now actually it's the best timing to do New Zealand business. So for the right hand side, you see 47% of the job will vanish. This was studied in 2016, 2010. Actually, it's published long ago, but not many people really took into action to put into that area. So a lot of people, they just talk about the left hand side, the virus. The virus makes the Nikkei index, make the Dow index goes down. It's a kind of short-term thing. So a lot of people forget about the long-term change. So here is another scenario. This is a report published on October 2018. So a year more plus. But actually, the kind of disaster, the kind of risk already covered in all these areas. I summarize that. If you want, I can share with you for that screen, or maybe you can clip your screen. So think about, are you disaster proof? Is your business disaster proof? So just like the world class business, just like Microsoft, you know how many months of the cash, the ready cash for their disruption of work? Do you know? 18 months. But for a proper business, they take 3 months ready cash would be very good enough, right? So now I'm not sure the case in Singapore. Oliver, maybe you can mention that later. But in Hong Kong, we saw a lot of shops on the street already disappear. They just gone. They just gone. Even some of the major company, they just expect to leave Hong Kong industry. I mean, leave the Hong Kong market. So Is it scary? So a lot of people, they just, as I mentioned, they overestimate the risk of taking risk, but underestimate the risk of not taking risk. So what kind of risk have you cover up? So single point of failure, where is the single point of failure? And whether this is the time is on your side. These two areas are the things that I concern a lot. I discuss a lot. I mean the self-talk to really want to clarify whether my career is has covered the all kinds of risk, and also the time is on my side. I'm sure a lot of people have heard about the Rich Dad Poor Dad, that book. Basically, for the left-hand side, employee or self-employed, this is time exchange money. So definitely, these are the people who were impacted most in this moment. For the right-hand side, build a business system or as an investor, would be less impacted. So you can see whether you want to choose the left-hand side or the right-hand side. This is the concept of taking calculated risk. So if there is a business that you can traverse around the world, is it a global seamless compensation plan? That would be the key for my career choice. I'm not sure what is your cup of tea, but if you want to develop your own business, you have to concern the thing about geographical risk, and you have to diversify all your interests. And New Skin is definitely the one. So why New Skin? Because we determine ourselves to be the world leading business platform, not just a direct selling platform. And you can see the New Skin background, 35 years solid foundation. Why I said 35? Why I said solid foundation? We experienced 4 major crises, no matter in four major economic crises. So we still survive and we still flourish. So and also you don't need to listen to me too much. I mean you don't need to trust me too much. You just trust the New York Stock Exchange, the SFC. They have we are listed company. You can track our record. So and also we cover 55 countries, 55 markets around the world. That means 55 countries, they put the chop on and say this okay, right? So it's test. And what kind of product we can do? Social selling product. We can anti-aging inside and outside. And also the bottom right hand corner, the gene-based slimming program is the most favorite part of Oliver. He is what he called tummy flattening business. Wow, he is the expert in it. He can tell you about that later. Okay, and also if we can cover up the risk, whether the return side would be multiplication. Multiplication means we don't need to concern so much about you, because from the duplication progress on, after the 6th duplication, we've got 20,000 people. If 20,000 people, each of them, they just consume $100 times 5%, this is the minimum remuneration percentage from New Skin, would be 100,000. 100,000 residual income is not a time exchange money, that kind of income. So this basically offload the core risk path is you or me. Okay, so now is the time to introduce our guest from the I can't say the other side of the world, but because we are still in the same time zone, but it's quite far away. Okay, let me share with you about our experience. Okay, let me share with you about that pictures first. Remember, this is the Oliver recent picture, and this is Oliver 3 years ago, right, Oliver?
4 years? 3 years ago.
3 years ago, you
when they were about to launch Wispan in Singapore.
Yeah. So now let me stop sharing that PowerPoint. See the face? Okay.
Right.
Right. So Oliver,
yes.
We met 10 years ago, sometime, or even more than that.
Maybe more than that. Maybe more
than that. Yeah. Oliver helped me quite a lot. Some of our partner, let me see. Oh, Joey just left because she was out for another meeting. I have some partner went to Singapore, and I still recall. Oh, Joey is here. Okay, Oliver. The other time he did help my partner Joey to develop a business in Singapore. So this is a very good kind of culture that not many company will have that. So here comes Oliver. Yeah, maybe you can share with us about some of your story, especially why, because I know you are a behavioral specialist and you are the sole distributor for psychometric tool in Singapore and helping the university and school and do the career coaching. So can you share with me why did you choose New Skin opportunity at the same time?
Well, but before I go to that area, let me share with you why I started this business in the first place. It was, I think it was 18 years ago when I used to work for a headhunting firm. And the headhunting firm branched out to start the psychometric department, and I was helping them run the psychometric department. Basically, what I do is specialize in behavior, predicting a person's behavior at work. You got senior directors who are top performers in the company, but because of them, the rest are resigning. I get to coach them on behavior issues. I'm also I train the career coaching department, how to set up the career coaching system in the local universities here in Singapore, right? So with that, I was traveling about 70% of my time in the region. I was everywhere. I was in Hong Kong, I was in Japan, I was in Malaysia, but I was not in Singapore. Traveling all over the place. So I've been to Hong Kong quite a number of times. I worked there. And you know, when somebody like me travel, and we are always looking forward to coming back home. My daughter was 3 years old at the time. She was this round little ball. You know, when you push her, she will giggle and she'll roll. That's why we call her a round little ball. I always look forward to come back to play with her. And one day when I came back, I tried to play with her. She cried. I tried a second time, she cried again. So I asked my wife, "Hey, this girl, how come she see me always cry? I'm the father, you know." My wife just gave me one response, and she said she don't know you, lor. That was when I woke up, and I realized that the girl don't really know me very well. And my wife actually added in to say, "You know what? You travel so much, you're not at home all the time, and when you're at home supposed to play with her, you're clearing that 1,000 emails. Does that sound familiar to you? This girl is 3 years old. If you don't play with her, she will not know you." That very day, when I got that feedback from her, I made a very clear decision. I will be her first boyfriend by the time she becomes 12. Her first boyfriend. And in order to do that, I have to spend time with her. And from 3 to 12, I had a 9-year window. I know I don't have a lot of time. And that was when you guys will probably know $1 Million Circle member Ong Hock Seng came to me. He introduced his business to me, and everything was history. He was very smart. I didn't want to do network marketing. I didn't want to do skincare. You know, the skincare freaked me out because I don't wash my face. And but he spoke to me, and I found out from him that he can solve that problem for me. That means become my girl's first boyfriend. And both of us took up the business immediately. That was how I started the business a long time ago. What was your first question, Savio? Why I took up the business?
Yeah, basically, you already answered. Why, as a specialist, you are so busy and you chose New Zealand opportunity at the same time. Yeah.
Yes.
Especially,
yes.
yeah. So here comes another part. Maybe you can share with us,
Right.
because a lot of professionals, especially in Hong Kong right now, they experience the difficulties in the career. Yet they think they are very professional and being dedicated to one single professional. But now you are. At least you got the behavioral specialist one part, and yet at the same time is New Zealand you're already doing to the I don't know how to call it, the Blue Diamond. I just remember the old name. And
Executive brand director.
Oh yeah, executive brand director, and you're dedicated to that to the New Zealand business. And also I know you have a lot of different kind of profession. So how would you see as a professional maintain multiple careers? yet can be professional at the same time and to diversify the risk?
Okay, first of all, I came into this business, besides the sharing I just shared with you, what was important is, as a psychometrist, I'm as good as the hawker, you know, cooking food and selling food in the street. I made quite a bit per hour rating, is very good. The only problem is I cannot scale that business. I'm so good at it, the very moment I decide to fall sick, my income stops. And I wanted to find something that I have leverage on. We call it this. The income of mine, I have to be the least important person to influence the income of mine. Okay, if I'm the most important person to influence the income of mine, which means the very moment I fall sick, most of my income disappears, then that income is not good enough. I need to be able to take my leave and go on Kwan Tai Chi's 2-year honeymoon and yet still come back, there's still income. That's important for me. And as a career coach, I've always been preaching this particular statement to the students I coach. What is more important to you, a stable career or a stable income? And a lot of them will look at me puzzled and say, what's the difference? I say, well, 40, 50 years ago, if you have a stable career, you're almost guaranteed a stable income. But in today's context, it is not the same. In Singapore, we have a company that was given the job to filter the entire country's water, yet it collapsed. The employees in the organization may be doing very well. They may be top performers, but one mistake from the top management, everything's over. So it has nothing to do with how good you are, your performance, what your CV is, and how educated you are. Other people can influence your performance on top just by making a mistake in investment. So that's the reason why I decided to take up the Nu Skin business, because I saw the model. Okay, and my answer is the business model makes a huge difference to where we are right now. If you can come to Singapore right now, you walk into our showcase. That place is like a marketplace. The F&B outlets, the buffet outlets are all dead. The restaurants are dead. The hotels are dead. But our showcase is loaded with people. And when customers come in, they are wondering, what's wrong with this company? Why is it not responding to the COVID-19 virus? You know. So that's my answer. That's the reason why Nu Skin is the only one. And by the way, today, when people ask me, so is this your plan B? I say, no, Nu Skin is plan A. Plan B is the other jobs I'm doing, because those are temporary. Plan A is something that I work for that is going to last me until I drop. Plan A is something that I can hand over to my children, where my children can take over. That's plan A. Plan B is temporary, something that pays my bills right now for the time being until plan A comes along. And that's where I stay focused on plan A. And guess what? Plan A is not necessarily slow in today's context. It is moving. You look at the virus right now, the whole Nu Skin Singapore is still running. For the matter of fact, our growth is 60% compared to last January. This January to last January is 60% over, up and over. So it's just impossible to comprehend why a business model will still be running and growing at this point of time.
Yeah. Actually, I did want to ask you about how you see Nu Skin opportunity during the time of crisis. But basically, you answered what my prepared question to you.
I think there are two prongs of the Nu Skin business that will respond well to this one. Number one, we have the products, right?
Right.
Okay. Do you know that the first and last line of defense to any virus is actually the immune system? It is not the mask. It is not the sanitizer. Because when the virus do get in, if you go to the hospital, they give you oxygen, they give you everything, they give you fluid, but there's no drug for it. What they are waiting for you is waiting for your immune system to respond to the virus. So if your immune system doesn't respond, there's not much they can do about it. In short, number one, we have the products to support the business at this point of time in any situation, because we're in youth preservation, we're an immune system. Number two, because of the economic situation, people are beginning to respond to, hey, let's take a look at this. And in the last 18 years, every time there's an economic crisis, the new skin business just skyrocket. It just booms. And it is not exceptional. For the matter of fact, this time is especially, it is skyrocketing. I'm talking about Singapore. I haven't seen the rest of the world yet. It's especially busy because of people are beginning to open up. Whatever we told them about the retrenchments and the closures of organizations, your temporary jobs, because what we told them, that story hang in their head. And today it has come true. And they remember what we told them. Okay, and now even the past people who we talk about it, who said no last time, is coming back and say, hey, show me your model again. I didn't get it the last time. Okay, and that's why we are booming.
Yes, exactly. I think this is a very good one for you to share with us about how the opportunity can work out for different kind of people. So one last thing I want you to share a little bit is I know you are, as I mentioned, I find it very interesting. You use the wide span and even neutral. You basically always be the testimonial for new skin product. But go back to the original. The first thing is you said I didn't do face or things like that. So how you see as a professional? Normally, they think talk too much about the product part would make them look down themselves or make them being looked down. So how would you see that point?
Well, up to today, when I first started the business until today, my friends have always been asking me this question: why are you doing a woman's business? Right, the product, right? We take our product, we show people about it, we put it on our face. It says, why are you doing a woman's business? And my answer to them is very clear. I'm a businessman. If it's a woman's business, I'm interested. The only reason why I'm interested is because it's a woman's business. You look at the shopping complex, how many floors are dedicated to women? Okay, women runs 80% of the economy. If they don't buy, we are out of job. Okay, you know, there's a lot of things I trust my wife with. A lot of things I trust my wife. There's only one thing I don't trust her. You know what that is? If we were to buy, we were to move house, we'll buy a shoe cabinet, and she say half the cabinet is yours, half is mine. Don't trust her, because in 6 months' time, your shoes will be outside there. Okay, okay. Women buy shoes, they buy clothes. My hair is a fraction of the price of when somebody goes, a lady goes to a salon and do the hair. Okay, they got makeup, they got everything, they got nails. We got most of the men don't even do their eyebrows. Ladies spend money on the eyebrows. Okay, so for the matter of fact, when people ask me this question, it is my opportunity to be proud and to show off why I am a good businessman. To tell them actually it's the woman's business that I'm interested in. So I'm not ashamed of being seen as peddling products and so forth. And to close it off, I would like to say this. My daughter is 20 years old today. My son is 24. Okay. Whenever she has a boyfriend right now, don't forget, this boyfriend is now second boyfriend. I'm the first one, remember? Second boyfriend, okay? Before she goes out with the boyfriend, she's a planner. She's very intelligent. She plans. And she will plan what's going to happen next month. And she will ask us and say whether Gong Gong or grandmother, whether they have any special birthdays or anything, any special day next month so that I can slot it in. She gives priority to the family before she slot in for a boyfriend. Sometimes she do cancel the boyfriend's appointment just for last minute appointment with us. And I know when she behaves like that, I know we spent enough time with her when she was growing up. Okay, my boy was a sickly boy who has childhood asthma. When he went to the army, you know, Singapore, we have military army, compulsory. He was sent to the elite force. We call it the commandos, elite force. Despite being a sickly kid, because of what we feed them, the supplements, and we were at home with him. We were quite surprised that he volunteered to go into the elite force, right? And 3 months into the training, we were sent to the camp. The parents sent to the camp to watch him present how is he doing in the camp. And he said this, when it was his turn, he said this: the reason why I volunteered for the elite force, which we were totally surprised because he's a homeboy, you know, he doesn't exercise. The only reason why I volunteered for the elite force is this: I'm not a scholar. I don't have extracurricular activities. I've never made my parents proud. And I just wanted to bring them the red beret. You know, the elite force, they will be given the red beret. The hat is red in color. I just want to present the red beret to my parents because that's the only thing I have to make them proud. I know I spent enough time with him. Okay, no amount of money, no amount of traditional business or employment or title will be able to replace this, and it's not going to happen again because he's now 24 years old.
Yes.
Right? So
Yes.
this is the result, and you know, the whole family is living on a new skin income right now.
Thank you. Thank you.
In university.
Yeah, very good sharing. Yeah, I think you are really a testimonial for New Skin Life.
New Skin Life.
Yeah, I still recall last time I saw your family. They're just wow. the height is like that. Yeah, definitely. When the time get easier, I need to go to Singapore to visit you guys to see your momentum. Yeah.
Yeah, come over. You can come over because our virus situation is almost the same. 90 over cases. It's the same. I go over and come with the same.
Okay, right. Okay, so let me share a few slides to get a finish to make it a wrap up. So so this is one of the things that I find New Skin is very interesting is with New Skin, I got to Toronto, I got to Macau. These are my team. Also, well, these are the Hong Kong people. Okay, Hong Kong, Macau people. We went to Toronto with the New Skin. I mean the incentive trip. And here is Taiwan. And actually, this is Minelli. In the high side, she just mentioned, oh, you. This is definitely women take the in charge. Huh? Okay. And also this is the bottom right hand side. This is in United States. We went to New Skin Global Convention. So with New Skin, actually, we not just get our income source diversified, and also we get our experience and exposure from different parts of the world. And go back to the family. Ultimately, as what Oliver mentioned, of course, I can't, so far I can't be my girl's first boyfriend, but actually she already, right now, she already got our family agenda as a top priority. Exactly the same. We echo our experience. That's because during the old days, we told them the story during the kindergarten. We took a lot of time to take care of our kids. So this is a major beauty of New Skin, and the most important part is we stay. We are at the age that we start using New Skin. So actually, 2006, when the kids like that and our face is like that, and from when time goes, our face still looks the same. So this is the worst scenario of doing New Skin. That means make yourself. I can't say immortal, but look immortal. That will be good enough. So finally, this is your paradigm. Whether you are staying in the crisis state, like screaming, or you want to take this opportunity to transform yourself. So this is your choice. So no matter what, just like the Tale of Two Cities, Charles Dickens mentioned, it was the best of the times and it was the worst of the times. Whether we decide ourselves to stay ourselves into the cloud or stay under the sunlight. So the final word is, no matter what happened, no matter you do New Skin or not, I want every one of you to take up your courage to face your future. And the virus will go, the economic downturn will go, life will go back. But when the time when normal life goes back, what are you going to reap on that? What will you? What kind of lesson that you learned from that crisis part? So I leave yourself to answer that question and make yourself be the force for good to empower people with choices. So here comes again. I thank you very much for everyone, and I suggest every one of you, if it is appropriate, you can show up your face and let us see your face together. And maybe Herman, you can help us to take a kind of picture that every one of us is here.
Yes,
Okay.
my honor. Can you just stop sharing the PowerPoint?
Okay.
Then we can have everyone's faces there.
Right.
And a cool group picture.
Oh,
Yeah.
great,
Is
great.
everyone ready to turn on the camera? And wow, someone is in new scene. Glenn is in new scene. Okay,
Wow,
are you
great.
ready?
Okay.
1, 2,
Yes.
cheers.
Cheers.
Yes.
Thank you very
Go.
much. Yeah. 2 weeks 2 weeks later, we will have another session in a Mandarin session. The honorable guest will be the top leader in the Lean Circle member from Taiwan. It's called Larry, Larry Lai. Okay, and the 18th of March, the speaker will be Renee Zheng. It's not me. So thank you very much for accommodating my English. Renee will be a very native Canadian English. Okay, so again, thank you very much for everyone of you here, and thank you again for Oliver. Thank you very much for your time and your sharing. We do need to take some time to connect more.
Yes.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much,
thank you very much.
Mr. Savio.
Thank you.
Savio.
Thanks for the
Thank you very much,
opportunity.
Mr.
See you
Oliver.
guys.
Cool
See you
sharing.
guys.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.